Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on this look right here. It's a brown neutral with a little bit of hint of orangey tones to it. If you want to know how to do this tutorial, then please keep watching. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to start by priming my face. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shape Balm. Continue to kind of pat it in circular motions on your face until it becomes tacky. And I'm going to go ahead and follow it with foundation. And the foundation that I'm going to use today from Milani, the Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. And this looks like this. My shade is in warm beige 05. Usually I would use one of the Real Techniques beauty sponges, but I don't have one. My last one I just threw out. So I'm going to use a Wedge that you can find at any CVS, Walmart. And I went ahead and wet it so it does expand, just a Real Techniques beauty sponge. And I'm going to go ahead and put my foundation right on top of it. This foundation, a little goes a long way. Like, it's super full coverage, so you only need a little bit. Start with a little, and if you think you need more, then just add on. So I'm just going to go ahead and dot it all over my face. I usually would start with the eyes if it's going to be like a very smoky, dark eye, but since I'm keeping it simple today, I'm going to go ahead and start with my face first. So I'm just going to go ahead and pat this foundation in all over my face. Make sure you bring it down on the neck too, so you don't have that line of demarcation going from your face to your neck. So I'm kind of happy with the coverage that it's given me, so I'm definitely not going to use any more. So then I'm going to go ahead and move on to concealer. The concealer that I'm using today will be from NYX. This one here. NYX HD Concealer, the high definition, and it's in the shade CW4. I'll link everything down below. So I'm just going to put this right on my eyes, right underneath my eyes, down my nose. And this concealer, you guys, is about 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. So that's just going to brighten up the center of my face. I'm going to go ahead and use the same sponge that I used for my foundation. I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. I'm just going to go ahead and bring that concealer up to my eyelids. I'm going to use that as my primer for my eyes, for my eyeshadow. Now I'm going to set that under eye concealer with some powder. I use the NYX Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder, and it's translucent. Since I have little tiny lines around my eyes, so you want to make sure that you go ahead and tap that concealer again to make sure that you smooth those fine lines. And then still looking up, you're going to get some of that powder and just going to tap it in. I'm still using the same damp sponge. So while that is baking, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeshadow. I'm going to use 2 palettes today. I'm going to use the Morphe 350 palette and the BH Cosmetics, the 120 color palette, the 2nd edition. So I'm going to start with the 350 palette. Start with a crease brush. I'm going to use the Morphe E22 brush. And I'm going to go ahead and go with this shade right here. And I'm just going to use that right on the crease. So then from that, I'm going to go a little darker. So I use this color first for my crease. I'm going to come down here to this color here. And I'm going to use it right, same brush, and I'm just going to use it right below where I put that one. So these colors, you guys, are very pigmented, so you gotta make sure that you tap off the excess and build your way up with them. So this one's a little darker. I'm just gonna go ahead and intensify this one over on this side. I love this brush because since I have smaller eyes and smaller eyelids, then this one's like perfect for my crease here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a lid brush. I'm gonna take this one right here, which is the M167 from Morphe. Just a little pop of something. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this color here for the lid. Now I'm going to take a very fluffy brush just to go over of the crease, so to blend everything together. So I'm going to go back with that first color that we took, which is up here. This brush is the M441, and it's also from Morphe brushes. It's going to go back on the top here. Just add some there very lightly. Just go back and forth and really blend all those colors together. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows real quick. I am going to use the NYX Brow Gel, and this one's in the color Espresso. Take an angled brush. I am going to use the Morphe M165 and go right over the eyebrow. I'm going to do the top of this one. Just going to distribute that color all over the eyebrow with my spoolie. So when you like how your eyebrows are looking, then we can go ahead and move on. I thought about going with eyeliner, but I think I'm going to skip the eyeliner for today. I'm just going to go into lashes. Wet n Wild. These right here. And Shredding the Fringe. That's what it's called. So it's the first time I'm actually trying them out. So I don't know how they're going to go. But they come with the glue. I'm actually not going to use that glue today because like I said, I haven't tried them before. So I want to make sure they stay on. I do have another video down below how to apply false eyelashes, so it goes over everything you need to know. Eyes are now done. I put the eyelashes so you can see how they look. It definitely adds a little bit more drama. I want to make sure that when you are not going to put an eyeliner, that you put them as close to the lash line as possible. So now we're going to remove our baking. This is just a regular blush brush. Well, it's called My Brush Set. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that powder. So that concealer is set and it's not going to budge. Alright, so we're going to continue with the rest of the face. But I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in Dulce de Leche, which looks like this. I'm going to go ahead and take this brush right here. And this one's, again, from Morphe. So Morphe E48. I'm just going to dip it in the contour color shade right here. Just going to tap off the excess. I like to start a little bit higher up. I know you're supposed to do it like right on the top of the ear towards like your mouth. But I like to start a little bit higher so when I blend it out, it's right where I want it to be. You always want to highlight where you want to pop anything in your face, and you want to contour where you want to diminish or make smaller. I tend to have a bigger forehead than most people, so I want to contour that. For my nose, I'm going to go ahead and use this brush right here. This is just from my brush set. I'm going to go in with some blush. And I'm going to use the E.L.F. Quad palette in the shade Dark. And I'm going to take my E.L.F. This is my small stipple brush from E.L.F. And I'm going to dip it into this first shade right here. Put a highlighter on now. And I'm going to use the Wet n Wild. This one I believe was limited edition. I don't know if they have it out anywhere. The collection that Fergie did. And this one is in the shade Hollywood Boulevard. I am obsessed with this one, you guys. I love it. Just check it out. I'm just going to swirl it in there. And this brush is the M501 from Morphe. Look at that. Look at that. It's balm. This brush is just like the perfect little brush to do your highlight. I'm going to put some on my inner eyes, and for that I'm going to use this pencil brush right here from Morphe. It's the E18. I'm going to go ahead and finish my eyes, and with the same brush that I just applied my highlight right on the inner corner. And for that I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics palette. Do a pop of color, and I'm going to do this orange right here. And I'm just going to go in this color right here, just to make it stand out a little bit more. I wasn't going to make my contour too intense, but I'm just going to show you guys what difference putting powder on it makes. So while that is baking, I'm going to go ahead and finish my eyes. So I'm going to do my lash, and I'm going to finish off my eyebrows too. So I'm going to use the Milani Brow Shaping Clear Gel just to set them into place. And then for the lower lashes, I'm going to go ahead and use, it's a Lancome mascara. So the writing kind of has disappeared. I like it because it's a smaller brush. So now for the lips, I'm going to go with maybe darker color for the lips. I'm going to use the NYX Lingerie, and this one is in the color Teddy. So I'm going to now I'm going to go ahead and remove that powder from underneath here. So if you ever mess up with your contour and you run down too low, this is a good technique for you to use. So it kind of cleans it up. And it also brightens up that area so your contour can pop. You see how that cleaned that up really nicely? I'm just going to go ahead and finish it up and set it. So I'm going to use the Wet n Wild setting spray. Alright you guys, so this completes this look. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel.